No, I'm not. I'm not a low
Oh.
life.
I see you load out though
I've been
on the
since like
constant since forever.
1991, but I know the low lives. I've been cool with them, but I always had like my own squads and stuff. You know,
Yeah.
that's a Brooklyn
We're
thing.
rolling.
I'm from Philly. I lived in Jersey. I lived in Atlanta, but you know, I've got family that's low lives, and I've been rocking low since probably 1990, 91.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just
Well,
admire that dope ski joint.
you
That's
you
that
super
fire.
official. You super official.
A couple of them
You
told me I'm a low
honorary.
life. They told me I'm a low life. I just
Honorary.
don't know it yet. You know what I mean?
Well, you go up there and you fit in. They'd be like, "Oh
Of
shit,
course,
what's your name?"
of
Yeah,
course. You know what I
Spec
mean?
Low. Spec Low. Oh, Spec
Nah,
Low.
nah,
What
nah.
up, my
It's always respect. But him low, shout to him low and Clever One. That's the family,
Yes.
the Buze Brothers from Philly. They
Yeah.
official. You know, they've been repping that since '92. Like they got the real L's from New York. Boost and Bill was down there. So, you know. But that's their thing. You know, I always had my thing. I always had my little squads running around at the same time they was running around, you know?
Who do?
So real quick,
Oh, shit,
Lukey, you
I'm
wanna
recording.
kick this off because we're recording, and this is good. So I want to keep it, but you
Hey,
can
yo,
still
what?
introduce us.
What
Keeping
episode
all
is this?
this.
30?
This is 30.
It's
30, boy.
That's right.
It's a major
Holy shit, we made
episode
it 30.
milestone.
I might even be kicking new music off for this one too. Keep
Oh, that's
on
hot.
Yeah,
that
10.
every 10.
It's a special occasion.
What hood is this? The Abyss Podcast, hosted by Lukey Cage, with Karl and PrimoJAB. Know what I mean? What hood is this? Bang, bang, bang. Everybody, welcome to the Abyss Podcast, episode 30, with my man Karl right there. Karl, what kind of shirt you got on right there, son? What's that right there?
It says Hall & Oates, Man Eater.
The legendary.
Oh, wow.
That's dope.
That's raw.
That's a dope shirt.
That's raw.
Yeah.
So indeed, if y'all ain't listen to no Hall & Oates, your mom didn't do your justice, yo. Your mom didn't do, when your mom was cleaning up Sunday morning, I mean, your pops was. My pops was playing Hall & Oates. My pops is the pastor. If you don't listen to no Hall & Oates, you missed out. Go back. It's on Spotify. Boom, boom, boom. Peace. PrimoJAB, how are you?
What's happening, my man? How you doing? What's up, Karl?
What's up, my man?
What you got on there? What shirt you got on there?
Man, I'm just sporting, you know, this Conway tour, Love Will Get You Killed tour, the little tour
yeah.
shirt, you know.
Very dope.
You know, it was a good time that night. We had a good time.
Hey, what was, yo? Hey, yo, boom. I got the Big Ghost hoodie on. You know what I'm saying? I'm not Big
I
Ghost.
love it.
Everybody think I'm Big Ghost. I am not Big Ghost.
Word.
If I was Big Ghost, I would be on that Ransom EP, Ransom album. I wasn't on there. So Big Ghost, when you listen to this, I would have put me on there if I was you. You know, that shit was fire. Anyway, we got a real special guest here. We got a lot of questions to ask this man,
Yeah,
yo.
yeah.
Boom, boom, boom. We ain't trying to it was a lot of questions, yo. But boom, I met this
Yeah,
man
yeah.
probably like 10 years ago. He probably don't even remember that shit. We got MarQ Spekt right here, yo. Peace, God. How are you?
Peace,
Right.
peace. I'm
Yo.
good, man. I'm blessed and highly favored.
So
Hey,
indeed.
Spekt,
Son,
hold on,
go,
bro.
go,
let me do this. Let me do this intro a little more fly, please, if you don't mind, Lukey.
Do
I
it.
know you the
Take it away,
I know
Primo.
you the it God, and I know I know that you're an amazing MC, and I honor you, man. But let me start this right. Okay, so what we got here right now, we have been honored, man. We've been blessed to be graced by the presence of a dude who's had a vision for years that has been unchanging, and he stuck to his guns for real. Like he been the same dude since being the same dude wasn't even nothing. It's just who he is. You know what I mean? This is a man who is shown and proven from state to state. You know, verified, certified, and he put down. He is a staple of this culture. He's been somebody who's lived it since before it was quote unquote the culture. You know what I mean? He walks it, he breathes it, he exudes it. I'm talking about the Grill Cheap Party CEO himself, my man,
Word.
the man himself, MarQ Spekt. Shout out to Brody Champs. What's
You know,
happening,
the
my
man
guy?
that knew you before you had that mustache.
You know,
the mustache.
it's trying, you know, it's
That's right.
it's getting bigger every day, bro. I'm trying to,
Yeah.
you know, I'm trying to make a statement out here, man.
I'm happy
yo,
to
Mark,
see it.
Mark,
Yeah.
Mark, if you a good friend, tell him to cut that shit off, man.
Yo,
It ain't going nowhere yet,
I'm
man.
happy to see it, man, because
Keep
I knew
donating.
this was, you know, the baby face, you know?
Fucking right.
Oh,
Exactly. Hell yeah.
Hey, yo,
Since
we're
that
on the
way.
wheel, yo. if it get mad bushy, we gonna donate it to the cancer patients after it get real big. You know what I'm
Damn.
saying? Word.
Give somebody a
Got
new
you.
hairline.
Yeah,
Shit.
son.
I'll give it to
Boom, boom,
LeBron.
boom. Hell
You
yeah.
know,
So LeBron, when you hear this, you know what I'm saying? Boom. We got
Hey,
you.
man, you know,
PrimoJAB
we
got
got
you.
jokes. We got jokes.
Yeah. I just did it, so I'm trying to impress hip hop junkie. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Word.
right.
hey man, keep it gifted, man. Keep it fly.
Yeah, word,
Just
word,
let me
word.
know what y'all need. What's the deals? What have I been called to here to grace y'all for?
My
Yo, bro,
man.
because people been wondering, what is it your idea not to have streaming services? Shout out to Matt Vinyl Hunter. He give y'all so much love over there.
Yes.
He give y'all
Peace to-
mad love
peace
over
to
there.
Matt.
Shout out
He
Matt Vinyl.
introduced
Yeah.
me to the Buze Bruvaz.
The Buze
So
Bruvaz,
yeah,
What?
yeah.
Okay.
Because he did a
So-
whole set and it was dope, really dope.
And
Yeah.
it's I appreciate that you can't find those records online. I appreciate that so much. Cause I mean you can't find unless you buy them. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
unless
saying?
you buy it.
Cause we getting robbed, bro. We getting robbed over and over again. And I feel
Yeah.
like that is the way to go. Like I went to try to make a playlist with Himlo on cause he made our top 75 rappers list in the Underground Abyss.
Absolutely
and there was
did.
really
Yep.
no music except features for Himlo. I was like,
Right.
fuck.
And
Yeah,
that's so
and
true
I-
to him though, because he's
Yes.
a very difficult person to like really tap in with for anybody.
Word.
So
Okay.
he keep it true to himself, but he's a hard worker. Like he outworks
True indeed.
everybody. Like I'm listening to like 5 Himlo albums right now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit.
It's
Yep.
like one with Giallo Point that's coming through real soon.
Right.
Peace to
He
Giallo,
got a
yeah.
whole
Nice.
banger with Whino Willy that's coming after
Peace
that.
to Whino Willy, yeah.
He got a joint he self-produced. He got 2 more. I mean, it's so much music for him. That's his biggest gripe anyway with everything. Is like, yo, I can't get all of this out fast enough.
Word. How did y'all link up with Whino Willy? Y'all been knowing Whino Willy? I know you're a
Whino
Philly
Willy, I
nigga.
met in New Orleans.
No, really?
He was,
Okay, boom.
yeah, on some Daniel-son, Mr. Miyagi shit. Like, I
Yes.
seen him doing his thing, but by the time I met him, it was probably like 3 years ago or something like that.
Oh, that's it. Okay, boom. I know he's a Philly
and I
nigga too.
seen he from Philly, but he was doing his thing.
Yeah,
But I was always
oh.
like, yo, just Whino Willy's a dude where, you know, in the game, the relationships I form with the people I choose to have in this team is like, you know, Grilchi already doesn't operate like a label per se. The normal,
Okay.
you know, you go in, you sign your paperwork, they give you like $2,000 and then they making money off you for 10 years. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
This is some
Wow.
old, yo, we doing this, I'm pressing this much. I'm gonna recoup, I'm gonna break bread, and then we move on to the next one.
Okay.
So that's a lot of how it worked. But Whino Willy understood that from seeing the records because he was around in New Orleans doing the shows and stuff like that. But
True indeed.
I saw him doing this thing with the beats, and I'll be like, yo, you nice with the beats, da-da-da, you know, I keep it up. I'm gonna come back around, check you. And he would do like little stuff for me. Whino Willy would do it. I'd be like, yo, I got some packages. I just need to go to the post office, but I gotta be over here. Can you drop these off? And he'll drop them off and shit. You know what I'm saying? So when I say like Mr. Miyagi Danielson, like we go back like that, like a couple of years of watching him do his thing, but he always knew that my word is bond. I'm not gonna just say anything to anybody. If I'm like, yo, keep
True
doing
indeed.
your thing, I'm gonna keep it in mind. And when we get to that point, I'm gonna bring you in. You know what I'm saying?
True indeed.
So he stuck with me just doing stuff in the background for a couple of years or just being around, inviting me to different beat shows because he's been moving and he's been climbing,
indeed.
working hard. So
Yeah.
when I tapped him on his shoulder to start off the Grilchi Party Favors, which is a new series I'm doing for producers
Mm-hmm.
to highlight the production. I've always been messing with producers. If you look at Q3 or Lord Beat Jitsu and now Whino Willy, it's like,
Yeah.
that space has not really been open like that for the production side. And I'm a person who
Not really,
I
yeah.
appreciates that. Him Low, you know, Prince Hakeem Jules, he self-produced that project. You know what I'm saying? So I always look at producers with a certain eye because the producers are really the future, to me anyway. Like producers ain't going nowhere. Rappers, yeah, they're seasonal. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's very seasonal. So
Yeah.
having an eye for certain producers and Whino Willy, you know, him helping me kick this off, and not just him, Frank Carrick, his whole Bag Season Records squad, very talented producers. So this is another idea I just had. Like, yo, I'm gonna start a series giving back and showcasing the producers, Grouchy Party Favors. Boom. I got probably volume 2 about to drop and 3 after that. So Whino Willy came out. He did really well with that Grouchy Party Favors volume 1. That was a very, very good look for us. And it set off my idea perfectly how I envisioned it.
So indeed. And I like how y'all putting it out there. I kind of Whino Willy on SoundCloud. I ran across one of his beats and like it was free. So I used it on one of my albums. But I tried to reach out to him to pay him, and I couldn't find something. Like I would hit him, then I found his Instagram, and I hit him. 4 months went by, he didn't even hit me back, yo. This is probably like 6-7 years ago. And all of a sudden he hit me back. I was like, yo, I already used it, G. Like, boom, how can I get paid? Like, boom, I already used it. So after that, that's how we got a relationship going. Then he started editing out the first podcast, the Fuck You Mean podcast.
Yeah.
And like, he came to Atlanta, did a beat show. Turned that shit out with this big ass do-rag on, you know what I'm saying? Boom. It was like a little nerd show, but like he has like some gangster Griselda beats.
Yo, he's nice.
While they was playing video games back there. You know
that's another thing, man.
Yeah.
Like that's another thing I really like to pride myself on too, is that, you know, as Bear said, I'm the culture. So I don't have to
hold on, Mark. For everybody that don't know, Bear is PrimoJAB.
Yeah.
People don't know.
You know exactly.
They know each other. Yeah. People don't know. That's the from day one, ground zero. So boom, Bear is PrimoJAB. Yeah.
So I don't need anybody to tell me an algorithm or point out what's dope to me. Like I can already see that from 10 miles away.
Facts.
So if you see where I'm looking at artists really to showcase, I'm not on some money grab. I don't care about the paper really. You know, as long as I could recoup my bread and we bless the artists with their bread and we could continue on doing it, I'm great, man. I don't need a streaming service or none of that. We doing real shit coming out at our timetable that we choosing, man.
Exactly.
So it's ultimate freedom, but at the same time, it's just art pieces like you would have prints or something. Yeah, it's only 200 copies, 300 copies of this, 200 copies of that. So, you know, it's going to be on YouTube. It's going to be bootlegged or whatever. That's how people hear it. And we appreciate that. But at the same time, you got to look at it as art, man. This ain't a label. Mm-hmm. And I say that as not just because other people have just started calling music art. Like I've got documented art from 2001 I put out that I was calling, yo, this is my art right here. Yep. But again, what I was saying with the algorithm stuff is I'll choose an artist or hear a producer and be like, yo, this is somebody who needs light because they're not the average. This is above average. That's another thing I want people to recognize. I'm glad they are recognizing with Grouchy is that we're taking things that are above average. The Buze Brothers, Q3, Lord B. Jitsu, Giallo Point, Whino Willy, but yet they're not showcased like that. Nobody put them out as, oh, this is such and such the flavor of the month. Let me go ahead and give him a vinyl deal, a single deal, or this or that, or get a feature from him now because he's hot. This is we creating real fire or just showcasing real fire.
True indeed, true indeed.
That's one thing you said. I mean, it is good. You said one thing though. How do you feel about like channels like on YouTube, like Paca? You know what I mean? Like for example, Paca the Plug, when he puts out any like that whole when he did the whole all the Giallo Point joints that were coming out, I knew for a fact, like you said, Clever, Himlo, they ain't the flavor of the month dudes, right? But I knew every single time one of them joints come out, it was gonna be fire. You know what I mean? It's a certain standard that is upheld, rhyming wise and hip hop wise. And I think like you need sites like, you know, Paca the Plug on YouTube that are putting out those videos because, like you said, I mean, it's a limited thing, man. You can't get a hold of the vinyl, right? It comes out X amount of copies. You know, I love the fact that you did. I think I saw. The main thing was like numerous people had like the whole 12 pack, like they copped the whole joint. Like I think Ryan Puma was talking about it. Shout out Ryan Puma. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, that's a rarity
that
too.
art,
It's something that like, dude,
people love it.
I wake up every day so thankful for Puma
Yeah.
and the whole team that I have assembled here because people all over the world collect our work, dog. Like,
Yeah, absolutely.
I got people from fucking Israel and Russia and Korea and China and I'm not just talking about, I'm talking about those countries way out that you wouldn't even expect that.
Yeah.
But, you know, we've already got Europe sewn down, London and France and Italy and, you know, Denmark.
The vinyl culture is crazy over there in Europe.
Yo,
Europe,
everybody collects.
Yeah, material.
Well, I think, you know, YouTube sites like Pock of the Plug are kind of important, especially when you look at it from the perspective that whoever's running that channel is 99% not making any money off of it because you know, you're playing other people's music. So, you know, anything you tried to monetize would be demonetized as soon as, you know. So he's purely doing it. He's purely doing it out of the love of the culture and wanting to share this shit. And that exposure is good. And you know, not having it on streaming services, it does at least give you an opportunity to spread the word.
Absolutely.
Without giving somebody else those dimes, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
And they've still got to come to you guys to get it, whether that's on digital or on you know, a physical copy. So,
yo, dude, they're proud to come get it. That's the difference.
Absolutely.
Like,
exactly.
Yo, there's, like he said, there's real collectors all over the world who showcase, like, proudly put the pictures up like, yo, this is my collection of this. I done had a dude recently, yo, a dude recently said, yo, I need to really finish my collection. I'll give you $200 if you could finish this one CD. And I mean, of course I found it and he got something else, but it was like, yo, the fact that somebody will reach out to me and be like, yo, I really need, and he's not the only one. People reach out to me all the time like, yo, I need this for my collection. Yo, you repressing this, or what's up with that? Or, you know, it's something real fly, artsy that we did that, I mean, I love it, man.
It's the perfect genre for it too, because that's
definitely
Lukey was saying that the Abyss, this underground movement, they're into that collecting, they're into that merch.
Those are the real fans. There are Lil Wayne fans and Lil Baby fans out there who never been to no show, who never bought one CD and never bought one T-shirt. You know what I'm saying? I remember when Benny the Butcher dropped Tana Talk 3 and M80 put the numbers up and he said he outsold Lil Baby. I'm like, how?
Yeah.
Because Baby only streamed his album. Benny sold 500 CDs, 1,000 vinyl in like 5 minutes, and Tana Talk hoodies. Yep. So like he said, this is how much, like it was more than that though. They sold a gang of shit for Tana Talk 3. You know what I'm saying? So like, boom.
Yo, I love that that's back, yo. Because as PrimoJAB, aka my man Bear would tell you, I was out of spots, the night spots with T-shirts and CD bundles. Like, yo, you can get this together, $35. You get both, you know. And we was really pressing up, making the covers of Kinko's, going out, cutting the shit, and getting the T-shirts down the way, and putting bundles together. Like, yo, let's maximize our bread and put these bundles together, T-shirts and CDs. So the fact that 20-something years later, that's really like popping now, you know, that's not nothing new that we haven't been doing. Now we're just trying to find new ways to do different things. Like with the Gucci Party Favors, I put out balloons with it. I saw those. Send me a picture of his kid, like, yo, thank you, because I needed something for my son to play with.
That's dope.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Sometimes here's the fucked up part about that is sometimes the person who punches, like in basketball, like you right there and you punch a nigga, then the nigga punches you back. He the one who gets called with a technical foul. Like Rock Mars was the first one to really like put this shit out, this sound everywhere. He punched the nigga first. Then West and them niggas punched niggas second, and they niggas to get called with a technical foul. Oh, I see you. But people been doing this for a very long time, but they didn't get called for the technical foul. You know what I'm saying? I remember I met you in it was one of your producers at 529 a long time ago, son. I ain't had no beard, son, or nothing like that, son. I was just like a low life.
Babyface Cage.
Word. I was Babyface Cage all the way, son, but I was still like 6'1". Now I mean, I had bunnies. I ain't got bunnies no more. Yeah, yo, I remember. Yeah. I remember all them shits. It was 529. Yeah, before they bust the wall down. Yo, yeah.
Oh, the small
School of
size.
Sharks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that
School of
that
Sharks.
club was
School
so
of Sharks.
small.
Yeah. Then I ran into you again. I ran into y'all again a couple times. I ran into y'all again at the Raekwon show, I think. At with Rosewood and Enoch.
Probably.
Yeah, cause y'all came in late. I was like, yo, boom, there they go. With 4 Eyes and them niggas was there. That's a good time. But that was a great time. Atlanta hip hop is weird. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I'm glad y'all getting the respect y'all need. It's sad that it couldn't happen here. Like, I don't know what it about. I don't know what
you
about
want to hear
Atlanta.
something crazy? I'm gonna give you a gem on that. Is that
Okay.
we tried with Brody was an idea I had for a group that was just bringing a couple raw people together that was in my circle or whatever. But we always looked at creating a bigger scene. What you see me doing right now, I tried to do back then, but it was love, but it was adversarial at the same time.
There you go. Yeah.
Absolute
For what?
It was
Go
a
ahead.
lot
Go
of
ahead.
people trying to box us down. Like, I'm not even on my own tip like that. I tell you, Brody was one of the rawest down here at that time. And we was doing the shows, but when the shows was getting cut off and blocked, there was a lot of hurdles in the way that was put in our way on some craziness, despite the amount of love we were showing. Like, remember we brought through Illustrate back in the day. People was telling him they loved the single, some of the same people that was like, yo, we don't like these people, but they will use their producer. You know what I'm saying? And that's happened several times with us, where it's like, yo, people will extract different things, but it was an intimidation factor. Like, they making up all kind of crazy stories. Oh, y'all gun butt somebody, and y'all robbed somebody and ran somebody down, and you beat this person up, and this
and blah blah blah, man. Yeah, exactly, man.
So that never happened, huh?
What? No, man.
I mean,
look,
it's past, So I can't say it was 100% wrong.
No.
But I can't say, but they was definitely wrong for blocking a lot of sunlight. But you know what? That comes with it. It couldn't happen, and it was meant to happen now.
So indeed. And it's really profitable and marketable right now as well. And I think it is a tad bit easier. How about that? I think it is.
I think the scope is bigger. But I don't know about easier. It's definitely not easy because everybody's doing this, you know?
Yeah.
I got people who I know who are like people who, the time we were just talking about, it's people from that time that was like blocking me that's trying to ear hustle and come to me now asking for like advice on how to do it. So it's not easy because these are people you know damn sure wouldn't be coming to me for nothing.
True indeed. I think it's... maybe I need to rephrase that. I'm saying easier for you because you have the product and you have the knowledge to put it out there. If you don't have the dope people are looking for, they ain't gonna buy it. You know what I'm saying? Unless they just
it's consistency.
To get high.
You know, consistency.
No, it makes a big difference. Yep.
Yeah, that consistency is like the strongest thing I could say for anybody. Any tip or advice I can give to anybody is the consistency because we haven't stopped. You know?
Right. Exactly.
True indeed.
Exactly.
Hey, yo, before we go into something else, PrimoJAB, School of Sharks. Who exactly was School of Sharks, yo? It was the producer, and he looked like he could push
School
the sled.
School of Sharks was another idea that I had for a branch off from Brody because the group was basically the same people in School of Sharks, but a couple more extended family members. But it was never a really solidified thing. Like, it was something about 2009, 2010 we came up with. Lex Boogie was bodying all of that production.
There you go. That's the name. You know, Lex Boogie. The dude looked like he could push the sled for like all the field, yo. Like, I run behind that nigga, right? You know what I'm saying? Word. Lex Boogie. Lex Boogie had beats, yo. Real shit. I saw him in a beat battle at 529. There you go. That's the name I was missing. Yeah, that's the name. Lex too. Boogie. I was gonna say
that's
Spekt
another
Boogie.
one we had
Lex
brought
Boogie.
to the scene where it's like, yo, you not really utilized. We showed so much love to the scene, man, and people had given us nothing but hatred and disdain, but that's the way it goes.
That's
Take
the
that
way it
lesson.
goes.
Yeah, that's the way it
Enjoy
goes.
that, you know, because you
fuck
still
that
doing
shit.
it. We still here, man.
Yeah.
You know what you doing,
Everybody,
suckers? Nothing. Nothing. That's it. I digress.
Everybody turn their shit
salute.
into the pawn shop and shit. We still going. Yeah, there's
People
mad
gave
techniques.
up, man.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. I don't see how you give up, even if you really love this shit. How you
I ain't
give
get
up?
into this. Look, man, I tell people it's like this, man. The way I look at it, and being an MC, that's how I approach this. That's how I'm in there. That's my discipline in this. And I didn't start it to just say one day when I was 43 years old, oh man, yeah, I used to rap. Nah, man, I'm an MC as a proficiency. So I've looked at it almost like a martial artist. You start martial arts, you end up first as a white belt, and you start progressing and earning your belts, earning your stripes. You learn tactics and techniques to advance yourself and become more and more dope. And you learn more things in the game, man. Sometimes it may not be your pen work. It might be the business work that you figuring out the systems and how to move and everything. If you looking at it like that, obviously you ain't gonna do nothing but turn
it's about
Omega
really
mode.
creating your own system at that point.
Facts.
Create your own system at that point.
And you did that, and you've been
You got
to
a hell
your
of a
point,
system.
you've been doing that for a minute. That's how back in them days, like I definitely look towards you as when you came out. Like I always, and I say it to you every time I see you. That what is it? Storm Shadow versus Snake Eyes.
Yeah.
That was one of my favorite joints, right? Like that whole project. And it was literally, like you said, we went to Kinko's and we just chopped it up. We made this cover and it was raw. It was just a cutout.
We did the photo shoot too.
You've been on this DIY ethos. And that's what we all need to be on. That's what people should have been on from the beginning. Yeah, ethos, man, methodology, science of life. However you want me to say it.
You say in the hood, you get beat
up. It was because I had dealt with the labels in 2000, 2001. So knowing that and seeing how they move, and you going from getting flown places like New York and different places around to just meet with people and do things and getting money per diem and stuff like that.
Right.
So seeing that you should have been getting 20 times more than what they were giving you, and on top of that, you couldn't trust anything they were saying.
Yep.
So that forced me to do it all on my own anyway. That was 2001.
Yeah, man.
That's a crazy shit, G. Yeah. There's a lot of money out here to be made. You know what I'm saying? I have yet to really figure out my super path, but I ain't releasing no music right now. So boom. Like when that happens, boom. Yeah, but there's a lot of money out here to be made. And I think y'all doing it the best way, honestly, because no one's stealing from you. You know what I'm saying? And you have fans.
Oh, man.
Real fans. The best fans you have. You know what I'm saying? Because they buy shit.
Absolutely.
I would add that the timing, because today is the best we've ever had it for those opportunities to make money, right? And to do it independently. Because in the 80s, you couldn't do this shit. In the 90s, you couldn't do this shit. Record companies still owned all that shit. Napster really kind of was a flipping point for really fucking the whole industry up. And then it just got better and better for us to where, but there again, it takes pioneers like you to try that before it's even really possible. And every time that new technology comes out, every time that new opportunity comes out, you're the one that's saying, hey, this is what we can do with it. So, I mean, that's huge for the culture. So much so that you can take all of the accolades from the music and it stacks just as high. Because that's so impactful for leading the way to everybody else to be able to do that shit.
Oh, it surpasses that, man. And I've had joints with a lot of different people, but I never looked at myself as anything more than a sub underground artist strictly. Like the fact I did that joint with No back in 2011, 2010 was like, yo, that got around the world and got me a distribution deal.
Yep.
But at the same time, I never looked at myself and said, yo, you're going to be this big, most deaf or nothing like that. I was always content with where it was at. The fact I worked with some notable people that's on a level like that, that's great too. But I always wanted to transition and, diversify what I was doing. I have a notebook I was writing down talking about a label in 1998. And I was looking for artists then, like, yo, I have this, but it was like 3 different cats. I was like, yo, if I do this little label thing, I'm gonna put y'all out. I was saying that in like 98.
That's
So
cool.
it's just beautiful looking at it in 2022. Like, yo, I got a roster right now of cats that are basically raw as hell. Like the Buze Brothers, Lord B Jitsu got a new album coming out. That's Phyllis Dilla. You know what I'm saying? It's basically some you in Maui with the trees and just laid up, laid back. It's not his aggressive kung fu style at all.
Okay,
It's
okay.
a totally different chapter. So, you know, I got the Buze Brothers double LP coming, drinking beers. People been asking for that for years. That's coming on vinyl.
Very nice.
Him, Low and Giallo, Cognac Kings got an album coming. I got Frank Carrick, Grouchy Party Favors Volume 2 on the way. And I also have another Beat Jitsu joint I'm not going to speak about right now, but that's also in the tuck that's coming out very soon.
Keep it hidden. That's cool.
Yeah, that's the immediate roster of things that you should expect from us in like the next couple months.
That's dope.
Bro, come on again and to let us know what you got. Come on, give us the exclusive. DJ Cluevoice, the exclusive. DJ Cluevoice.
I mean, next time I come on and deal with y'all, I will have some bangers because there's a lot. Like this is the funny part. I was listening to Nas record today because I took my son down to the Coca-Cola spot. You know what I'm saying?
Which one?
Just traveling around the main headquarters.
No, I'm saying which record? What record you was listening to? Magic or something
Lost
like
Tapes.
that, or Lost Tapes? Okay,
Oh, yeah,
all right.
That's a good one. That's one of the best ones.
So I'm dipping with that, and I'm like, damn, this is the first time I listen to Nas in a long time, or really anybody else, because I'm so consumed with the music that we're making. Like, I got Clev album, I got him Low, got a bunch. Like I told you, Beat Jitsu sends me beats all the time. Whino Willy got joints that he's working on, and then I got the joints that's coming soon, and then the records after that. So it's rare for me to even have time to really listen to anything else musically. I listened to Benny's album once. I haven't made it all the way through. Yeah, I haven't made it all the way through, but I'm picking through that. But I don't really have time to listen to none. Not like a whole album and absorb it. And I don't even listen to rap like that anymore. Like, yo,
me either, man.
I'm Lonnie listed out. Like that's here. You know what I'm saying? A lot of jazz, a lot of funk, soul, reggae. You know, my house is like a different planet. So
I'm on the Neo Soul tip. I'm on. Yo, don't make fun of me, y'all. Solange, yo. Her last album is flawless.
I ain't gonna make fun of you, man.
I don't.
Son, I love.
We don't judge people. The world judges.
We're totally fine with people liking anything
she is
they want.
divorced.
Yeah, man.
She is divorced. I need a stepmama. Boom. Solange, yo.
Oh, okay. Word. Yeah, shoot your shot. You know, go for it.
You hear me, Solange? I'm here. You wear my hoodies. Anyway, boom. But yeah, boom. Yeah, son, jazz, all that good shit. I'm listening to Waylay, Old Coltrane, Experimental, Portishead, Beaks, all that shit, yo. I'm listening to all type of crazy shit, but because rap don't really. I'm looking for samples sometimes as well. So yeah, I'm with you.
People are really championing Griselda, and I love that. But if you look at it, that's such a small fishbowl right now. If you think about the eras that we had where people were collecting tapes and CDs, and you know, you look at something that said Def Jam or Tommy Boy on it, I think that era has been dead to the point where like what we listening to now with all the people we've been naming talking about from this current era is like, if anything, it's like a throwback to that time.
100%. Yeah.
You know. And that feeling, like trying to recapture that feeling a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
When you were getting tapes and all of that. But
waiting in line for them shits.
But in another 20 years, do you see that that's going to be there where people are going to be talking about, you know, talking about this on that scale still?
Like Wu-Tang? Do you think is that the question you're asking? Are you saying are they going to have an impact like Wu-Tang?
When I think about hip hop, I think about a cassette.
Okay. Whose cassette? Up there we
There
go.
we go.
I see that.
Hey, yo,
I
yo,
see
yo.
that impressive wall back there.
So, yo, I was gonna tell him to go back there anyway later on, cause like I saw that shit
Spekt
over there.
got flavors,
so,
bro. Watch.
Yeah.
Hold on. I got a bunch of things, right? But I'm gonna grab a couple.
The things that made
you
you
got the 36
inspired.
chambers, Tan?
Oh,
You got the Tony Touch.
Oh, wow.
Tony Touch.
Power Cipher number 50. Yeah, of course. No, yeah. The legendary.
This never leaves the
Purple
car.
tape.
Of course.
Yep.
Yeah, of course. That
And
stays in rotation.
if you know, you know.
Oh,
yeah.
ghetto music.
Put it down.
the
Boy,
blueprint.
yeah,
If you
yeah.
know,
Yeah.
you know. So,
Well,
but there's way more. But at the same time, it's like, look, man,
Got
that
flavors.
period right there would be like that's a capsule. It's a time capsule already. That's never coming back. You could try to reduplicate it or try to recapture it, but that's gone. And
yeah, you're right.
And I think as we mature and we get older as well, we have to realize like we're gonna be 60 if we're blessed to get there. And you're not gonna be you're gonna be looking back at music that is now like 50 something years old, right? A period, Slick Rick, LL, Public Enemy, G-Rap, all of that. Up to Wu-Tang, and then you get not Jay-Z and in the mix of all that, but that period right there is a capsule already. So in 10, 15, 20 years, is somebody going to be trying to like recapture Griselda?
Ain't gonna sound
in a sense, I think everything musically though is going to be cyclical to a certain extent, just like fashion is, right? And what we're seeing is very similar to in the 90s there was a resurgence of late 70s rock. And there are going to be these times where music kind of flips around. I was saying on one of the other podcasts that I think in the next 3 to 5 years this is actually going to be a mainstream sound again. And you're going to have artists in this abyss, like Rome Streets and not just Griselda, but a lot of these guys that are, Himlo and stuff that will be able to make mainstream money without having to do anything different. They'll be able to continue the sound that they have.
Oh yeah.
That phase will go for a little while, and then it will kind of die off because something new is going to catch on, whether it's a brand new sound or a resurgence of something, that we've heard before. But I don't think it's ever going to die because you have people that nowadays grow up listening to their parents' music and they're catching on to this form of hip hop and it'll stay with them and then their kids. So as it kind of
y'all dig records?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
When you dig, right, and you see a records from like 60 or 70 or early 80s, right, you realize I'm like, yo, there was magic in this, and you got to go back to that time. But sometimes people search and dig for that. Like I dig for mid 70s, right? So I'm just looking at the art we're putting out now as there may be somebody in 20 years, 30 years digging back trying to find like a Grouchy Party record.
No, absolutely. I think it's going to happen. I still have my copy of Quincy Jones' The Dude.
Yeah.
Which is one of the dopest producer kind of albums that ever came out in that time period.
Hands down.
And he worked with people like Jeffrey Osborne and Michael Jackson and shit. Like, yeah, it was insane. And I still have that vinyl.
Yeah. And it's worth something, right?
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. Although I played the hell out of it.
Yeah. But look at it like this. Just producing this art in this medium, it's going to appreciate if you're lucky.
Absolutely.
Your shit don't end up in the 99-cent bin or something.
True. But still, somebody will fall in love with that 99-cent bin.
It's still out there. Yeah. Yep. It's still art to somebody. And that's what's dope.
Yeah.
I think the thing is like the sound that they make or that they pushing, and even in this world loosely, I think this is just their interpretation of it. But we're all talking about what we're talking about now is a different genre of hip hop music, of rap music, of this thing we love, right? Because it's no longer, like you said, that era of Cool G to first Nas album, right? That this is the different evolution. Hip hop, like you said, to your point, is 40 some years old at this point, right? So it has a different identity in different shades, I guess, or different spectrums is the best way I guess I can think about it. And I don't think of Griselda as trying to make the same music as that era, but I feel like they and several others in this world are purists, and this is the sound that this is their interpretation of that.
Something
Yeah,
new
their
but
their
familiar.
interpretation.
Something
Exactly.
new
Something
but
new but
familiar.
yes. Yes,
But that
fellas. Yes.
influence, the fact that influence is now about 30 years,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
is like, it says something crazy to where I was putting it to more that point of imagine in 20 years, somebody going back to this period or 25 years and saying, yo, I'm channeling this from that era right there. And you got to capsule it. And then we looking at it now like, damn, Mobb Deep came out 60 years ago. You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
God
Right.
damn.
Right.
Well,
You know-
I don't think no one's gonna recopy Boogie Down Productions and KRS-One. I don't think no one.
No, that sound
gonna
is
bring-
No, you're always
shit
going to
is
have
done.
outliers that can't really be recreated.
Correct.
But
No,
we
there-
can
there
also
never
acknowledge.
be another Slick Ricky.
Public Enemy.
No.
Nope.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Nope.
I don't think so. And if they did, it's bad. It's not gonna be good. You're gonna be like, man, what the fuck is dude doing? Yo?
Well,
Like,
look
yeah.
at it like this. That era was the creators.
Yeah,
Everything
exactly. That was
after
the
that-
genesis.
From like Ghostface and them will tell you they was emulating EPMD.
Exactly.
You know?
Right.
Yep.
So that era, to AZ, Nas, all of them, they have people they were listening to. That Biggie, you know what I'm saying? He had people, he was influenced by Cube and all of that. You know what I'm saying? So the creative period, we have to look at that like you're lucky if you got a piece of it.
True indeed.
But this is somebody's creative period right now that's growing up on what's happening right this minute, you know?
And this era, and you know, Lukey, you coined the term the abyss.
The abyss.
It's more of kind of one kind of lane of that 90s hip hop that was out, because, you know, coming up in the 90s when all of that, there was so much diversity in really dope hip hop. I mean,
Absolutely.
you know, you had Mobb Deep, you had Wu-Tang, but you also had Pharcyde, you had, you know, Tribe
J.
Called
Rooted
Quest
Damager,
and De La Soul
Gangstar.
and Gangstar, right? So you had so
there's
many
difference.
different styles,
Dog
and then
Pound, Snoop.
you know,
Ice Cube.
Yep, Ice-T. You know, you
come
could
on.
go into it, and it's so many different styles. Too Short, Mac 10,
Yeah.
like it was crazy back then. Right now, we don't hear as much of the diversity, and part of it's, you know, we're on the East Coast here, so, you know, we're getting a lot more East Coast stuff. I am hearing that, you know, in the West Coast, they're throwing back to a little more of the funk and some of that, but, you know, I think it's a lot more kind of pared down to a specific style now.
Right.
Yeah, because
right.
the Canada niggas be doing the same. They'll be doing the same thing because it don't sound the same. But the Canada niggas be having a certain sound too. That sounds
Yeah, they got their
new,
own
but yet
sound.
familiar. They got Future Way. They
They
got
do.
Finn. They got Danielson. They got these MCs over there because Danielson sounds
A-Sun.
his voice. A-Sun. They voices sound different and they beats sound a little different, but it's all familiar.
Mhm.
So
yeah,
like
yeah.
The
but
heart of it's
I
there.
dig that. I dig that. I dig the fact that I
Oh,
could put on
definitely.
this, and I could put on that, and I don't got to be mad at it. You know what I'm saying? Like, word.
Yeah.
Like,
Shout out to Sen's Beats too, man. I'm talking to him about doing something down the line
that?
as
Nice.
well.
true deal. Shout out to Festa, Uncle Festa as well, yo. Uncle Festa up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole
Ghetto
Canada.
Sox,
My Canadian
Brampton,
fam.
Raz Fresco, all those dudes. Yeah. But that's what I love about it right now. I could play y'all records and have something else to play with it. You know what I'm saying? It's like back in the day, well, I'm gonna say 10 years ago when only Ghostface was dropping, you didn't have no good music to listen to. Like you had to play Ghostface over and over again and Tanya Morgan or some shit like that. Like
Right.
boom, that's it. Like, oh yeah, boom. But like now you have a lot of different choices, yo, and I'm grateful. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Peace to the sun, moon, and stars, man, woman, the child, all that, yo. Go over there to the Patreon page and subscribe to the Patreon page, the Crime Faces Abyss podcast. Know what I mean? You get exclusive content, extra videos, content from me and Karl, and some other things. If you subscribe to our different levels, you get free stuff. Know what I mean? Every month you get for free stuff, like a mug, a sticker, a hoodie, some ill shit. Know what I mean? Shout out to Crime Apple for this right here. But yeah, go over there and subscribe to the Patreon. Y'all get some exclusive content, like a video I did about Tochi. Know what I mean? I called him Tucci. but his name is Tochi. But boom, I thank y'all for all watching this podcast, watching it, tuning in everywhere. Go subscribe to the Patreon, know what I mean? Boom, 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 boom. Get more exclusive content from me, Karl, and PrimoJAB, know what I mean? Boom, peace and love. Back to the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great, fruitful time, yo, and we got a lot coming still. Like, I wish I could even tell you about this joint that I have on. It's called Avarex. Him Low did this joint called Avarex, right? I wish I could tell you or play you some of this joint because this is another thing I said earlier about consistency, man. There's no fall off. If anything, I feel like, damn, these cats are getting iller and
better.
Yeah, they're getting better and better. So this song right here is like 100 bars.
Oh wow!
Okay. Joint,
yeah,
it kind of had to be because those jackets cost like
going crazy.
Nah, next one, it's down the line, but it's It's crazy, man. I mean, and I'm listening to the Cognac Kings joint back to back. I mean, him and Giallo have an amazing chemistry, man. So
yeah, they do.
That's what's up.
Him and Giallo Queen, I was like, yeah, you know, that's down the line. But you soak this in first. This Cognac Kings album is even better than Ebenezer to me. And a lot of people like the last one they did together. So this one is like a mile above it to me.
Nice.
Word. Boom.
Clever One got another joint with Lord B Jitsu he working on too.
Word. So y'all hear this? Y'all be ready.
It's about to be a flood.
Yo, when y'all go to the glitchypoint.com, is it what's
glitchyparty.com.
glitchyparty.com. Y'all go on there when it drops. You know what I'm saying? Boom, it's coming soon. Y'all been warned. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because
sign up for the newsletter on there. So I got the newsletter on there. You just sign up.
Mailing list, all that.
Yeah, that's the best way to get through. And we adjust. Like if I get a lot of demand, I might adjust the number that I'm getting off top. Like, look, this is how many people have already expressed interest. They want it. So I got to do a little bit more of this. Or, you know, we make adjustments. We keep it friendly because this is like really a vinyl club. It's not really.
Definitely.
I hate when people say, you know, sometimes I look at it as a label, but it's a vinyl club where it's like, yo, it's like vinyl me, please.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Word, that's the perfect analogy for this shit, yo. Word.
That's dope.
Oh, yeah, man. They understand, and we do everything we can to make sure these joints touch down in people's hands because that's my favorite part of it. Yes. Between listening to music that's going to come out a year from now and having the only people in my cipher is like supplying the music that I listen to every day is like, yo, when people get those packages and they take the picture and they post that or they talk about, yo, my collection's complete and they really be happy. That's my favorite part of it.
That's rewarding, yeah.
Real shit.
That and breaking bread to the artists when they get the bread come back in and everybody's happy because they like, yo, I made some money off my art. Like, that's another part that I love too. Like there's people that they get one check if they're lucky and then they never see a dime again. This is like, yo, some bread come through, it's broken off immediately. They get that joint as soon as it touched down in my hand. So
that's cool.
And
that's dope,
thank you
man.
for the each one teach one aspect of it because it's hard to ship your record out here and see profit sometimes because we starting off, a lot of people don't know the shipping methods. Like they get shitted on shipping. To send something to Netherlands or some shit would be like $85. Your package is only $45. Like and it's really a hard aspect to get a hold of if you don't know it or no one's telling you about it. So you giving them the knowledge and helping them out. You know what I'm saying? So this is not like something we're doing out of. I mean, we go on playing pickup basketball, but boom, it's nice to get paid. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
As well.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely. I love playing
That's important, man.
But I don't want to I would like to get a check playing too. You know what I'm saying? Word.
That's
I was
crucial.
gonna also say to you, also I was gonna say to you before about making music as we're older, and people getting better as we older. This is not basketball. Our knees don't hurt.
Right.
That's why I be so mad at some artists that have been around for 15, 20 years who don't make good music anymore. Or don't be improving. Because, bro, your back don't hurt, your knees don't hurt, your pinch
be on the decline.
sharper. Yeah, bro.
Yeah, but inspiration isn't there. That's what it is. Or they get diverted away to inspiration. You know, this ain't like your knees don't live out, but you still need to be inspired.
Got to be inspired. I agree with that.
Fire. You know, and if you don't have the inspiration.
What do you think about that? Playing the old records.
life stuff happens too, man. You have no idea what as we get older, all the little life jabs that come in. You're not just hanging out.
Yeah.
I'm not hanging out drinking 40s or 22s all day and burning L's like that. Like, you lucky if you catch me anywhere. You know what I'm saying? I've got my castle right here. So it's hard unless I'm doing something with my family. I'm not even out like I was. And you talking to somebody who was out 4 or 5 nights a week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's good though.
Yeah.
On the street here. That wasn't unusual for me. So the fact I could tell you, like, from my perspective, and imagine all the millions of MCs we know that's like, damn, I wonder what's up with so-and-so. Life stuff.
Life stuff. Hell yeah.
I get it. Life change will make you a different person, yo. But I would still
totally
go back and channel that shit. Like, yo, channel it. If you're an artist or you're a poet, you can write about, there's science fiction, there's all types of fiction you can write. You know what I'm saying? That sounds like it's real. You can go back and say a lot of stuff. I ain't trying to tell nobody to lie, but we as writers can write some fire shit still, can't we? I mean,
yeah. But you know, to interject on that, man. I mean, as a hip hop artist, as somebody who's an MC, when you got to be inspired, you got to be in a mood to do it. You know what I mean? Like it has to hit you. You have to know.
I was answering your question though.
You have to have a feeling, man. I don't know, man. I can't just.
Indeed. That sucks though, man.
Writing.
Fuck,
look, I'm gonna play drums till I can't play drums anymore. And if I got to get my knees replaced, I got my knees replaced. If I got to get my backbones replaced, I'll replace them too. Even if I got to fucking make the fucking back brace
if you
myself,
love it, you're gonna do it.
I'm gonna play till I'm 97, and then if I live to 98, I'm gonna play then too. Fuck that shit.
Yeah. That's a passion. That's a real passion, but they can be lost every day, man. People get disillusioned.
Yeah.
You know,
absolutely.
There's the truth of the matter is him Low was about to give up in 2016 or 17. I think 16. And beat Jitsu when he turned in Beat Kundu, which was would have been his first ever vinyl, he was about to give up. Both of those people right there were about to give up and hang it up, and then they both came in.
Wow.
I built with both of them. Like, I mean, Himlo was there early day one with Ruchi because I said, I'm taking a chance on something, and I'm putting y'all out. Like, and then that spawned everything else we seeing right now going on with his resurgence. But Jitsu, I told him from the first conversation, I said, I won't be happy unless you have a series. And we're 3 deep, about to be 4 or 5 deep in a minute. Nice. 6 actually, if you include the one with him and Clever One. In a very short time.
Well, thank you. You the GM. Thank you, because people like you that don't believe in people, I mean, then it's gonna be tough. So thank you for your inspiration. Sometimes the people are the inspiration as well. So thank you, because I would hate to not have something because people give up. Like me, I'm not giving up like ever in anything. You know what I'm saying? I'm really competitive though. If you want to have like a piss competition, you want to see who pees the first, I'm gonna try to pee farther than you. You want to see who can jump the highest, lift the most, I'm gonna try harder than you. You know what I'm saying? That's just the way I am. That's the way I'm built. So sometimes I don't really have the empathy for other people who don't try. You know what I'm saying? But
you know what's crazy right now too? I have access to all the best top tier production I could ever ask for. And I don't have the passion for that right now because I have the passion for doing exactly what I'm doing right now. It's just shifting.
Yeah.
But I could do an album very easily right now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You don't want to do it?
I do want to give a shout out to Matt Hunter again.
Yeah, we got to.
Yeah, because and hopefully he got that Conway gig because Conway's playing April 1st out in London. And man, people in the Abyss turned out and put his name up. I think there was 220 comments and he had like 110 of them.
Shit, he did? That's
he had a ton. I don't know if he's got it, but Tony Speaker,
I think the promoter said something about it.
He posted a story and said something like, man, you got a lot of followers because they lit my timeline up.
Hunter's doing his thing, man. I mean, we do something with him down the line too, but I can't do it right now. But he's a tapped in dude. I give him a lot of credit and love. He put a lot of people onto us, man.
Yeah, well, you know,
he's a good dude. He's a general hip hop connoisseur anyway.
He had that Buze Bruvaz set that he did. It was like a 2-hour, on HFM and on Instagram. And I generally try to tune in, but he did the whole set, played a bunch of dope tracks, really, really kind of, and it was like I started going down the rabbit hole because I was like, well, I gotta find out more. And that's where Pocket the Plug kind of comes in because it's not on streaming services, everything. So I got to listen to a lot of it through that. Just insanely good, man. Insanely good.
Yeah, it's a really good
and that's the
conversation.
thing. That's the new hip hop right there. It's like you find it through those two channels, and I love it because it's extremely word of mouth.
Yep, that's the best part about it. That's what I love the most about it as well, man.
Organic.
Yeah, it's told. It's a secret that gets spread around by trusted people. You know what I mean? If somebody tells me check something out, depending on who you are, I'll be like, yeah. But if you know what I mean, it's serious.
If I know you know.
A cassette. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Goes back to that. Yeah. Passing. Oh, yo, you got the tape. Let me dub it. Oh, yeah. That's how all the tapes got dubbed.
Somebody's angry because they're like, yo, I can't find this, or why isn't it on iTunes or whatever.
Where my purple tape?
I'm happy. I'm like, yo, I'm happy that you're even searching for it and asking like that.
Yeah, you made an impression, man.
Here's
you got that scarcity.
Here's a tip.
Scarcity and dope
Support
product.
and buy it, and then they can keep doing it.
Exactly.
True indeed.
As usual, that's the message.
Also, that's something that gets taken off iTunes and Spotify. It gets taken off. So if you have the copy, fellas out there listening to this podcast, you will never get that shit taken from you. You know what I'm saying? That's why I love what these brothers are doing, yo. These brothers really time Spotify to get your little taste, get your little dab, put your finger in the bag, taste it. It's good, it's pure. But then you have to buy the whole entire bag, yo. Word. Yeah. Don't you?
That's
so
cost
boom.
to doing business.
Yeah. So boom. True indeed.
Supply
and I wish
demand.
more people would do that. I wish I could do. I want to do that. I would like to do that as well. Have these records come out, and then it's over with. The only way you're gonna have this is this limited edition. Like boom. If you really want it, you got it. And they love it. The people love y'all, yo. They love y'all, and they, like you said, it's art, bro. It's like trading cards. You know what I'm saying? Boom.
Exactly.
Like, boom.
And the pieces come together like Puma, the Buze Brothers, Giallo, Bijitsu, Whino. Everybody, it just comes together as a good team. And that's another thing I was spreading. Yo, couldn't do this dolo. You gotta have a real strong team with you.
Yeah,
definitely. Team is good. Like, and you gotta make sure the team is strong and thorough because that's, when everything congeals in the pot, that's what makes it a little better than just the average. It makes it noticeable, actually. All those flavors together.
Who all's in
everyone's top tier?
Are y'all all like nearby each other? Is you, and then do you still stay in Philly or what?
I'm all over the place.
Okay, that. So I'm just asking, like, do you get to link up with the other team? You know what I mean? With the fellas all the time.
Except for Jitsu, he's a mystery.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, he's a mystery. Jitsu is like unseen. You know what I'm saying?
Big
he's
ghost.
out in the mountains for real. Like he's on sabbatical constantly, but he's working very hard. And I see everybody else pretty much, run into each other except for Giallo. He's in London. I haven't been out since the pandemic hit, but I'm trying to make some arrangements with that. So, anything else y'all wanted to ask me?
What else you want to tell us?
Here's a stupid question I was gonna ask. It ain't stupid, man. Okay, boom. I think y'all like the Pistons. Are y'all like 04 Pistons, or you like the 80s Pistons just beat the Bulls? Who you 80s. Think y'all like? 80s. Y'all Lambeer.
They were tough.
Yeah, they really
were tough.
Yo.
They were the reason Jordan started working out. Mm-hmm. They kept pushing him around.
You think Himlo is Rodman, but with a shot?
I can't even say that one right there. Like
he got
I'm gonna
buckets.
say that like they're in there, but I don't know if I could put that on him right there.
But he's the enforcer. He's the enforcer with the shot. That means he can get 30, but he's the enforcer and he died for the ball and all that shit.
Yeah, but
he's taking all 5 of his
maybe
fouls.
Isaiah, the smooth
killer.
Oh.
Smooth. Okay.
Yeah,
okay. I see that. I see
Yeah,
that, yo.
and he'll still throw
Hey,
blows, but he got it way smoother, way more smoother. I think,
yeah, Isaiah was not
Clever's a
no
little
punk
I
wilder.
think that's
bitch.
good. That's
Yeah,
yeah,
Joe
that's a
Real
good
shit.
call.
Dumars.
yeah.
Dumars too. Dumars was hard too, yo. Dumars was smacking you in
Whole
the face.
squad, man. Whole
Yeah.
Yeah,
squad. We
yeah.
blessed to work, man. Hopefully we can knock some things out. The presses are kind of backed up that everybody's been
Hmm.
pressing records all of a sudden now because it's very in and trendy and popular.
Yeah, so
So
pop
Yeah.
artists
we're
are doing
waiting.
it, and
Yeah.
Adele had like 500,000 copies
Jerks.
pressed up. Yeah, for what
We
reason? Ain't nobody
waiting,
gonna
man.
play
We
that shit.
waiting. Hopefully, I have the all the stuff together very soon, though. Like the presses get together, get the act together. 'Cause I'm waiting on like 4 records, maybe 5 right now.
God damn, man.
I promise
thinking
you,
about
Adele's got like at least 100,000 of those sitting in a warehouse somewhere. They ain't selling all their vinyl. That's waste.
She got the
It's
blanks.
in Target right now.
Target.
Oh man,
Hey, yo, he ain't even lying.
Yeah.
I
never
seen
to
the
be
CD.
No, that's
purchased.
true. Yeah.
I don't think I seen the
Yeah.
vinyl. I seen the CD. I was like, yo, this bitch. That's what I said in my mind. Anyway, PrimoJAB, what you got?
I was just gonna say, are you gonna do any merch? Have y'all ever thought about doing any merch with some of that art for some of those? Underwater pyramids would be a dope art. Slap your
yeah,
face
yeah,
off.
yeah.
Kevlar,
We are.
I need that. I need that joint
Yeah.
as a
The
hoodie or
shirts
something, a
and
t-shirt.
hoodies,
Yeah,
definitely. That's online too. As soon as I get to the point where it's getting to that point, but it's not quite there just yet. Where I don't want to partner with anybody. I would like to keep all that in house.
yeah,
You
of
know what I'm
course.
saying? And at the same time, I feel like we need to be a little bit bigger. I'm not trying to press and sell 30, 40 shirts. Like we need to move a couple hundred. You know what I'm saying?
Oh wow, okay,
If that'll come, that'll come. I've done shirts, so I understand that.
yeah,
True indeed.
And that's a cost that has to be recouped as well. And shirts, unless you have a good
Definitely.
distribution system or a bigger name or bigger look, it doesn't make all the sense in the world. But yeah, that's coming. It's soon. It's not off the table. It's coming soon.
maybe a
True indeed.
bundle or something, man. That'd be
Yeah.
that might be a dope
Definitely.
look.
I think what I'm really trying to say is, yeah, I could do it right now, but I've got all these records back that I would rather just get you this product right now instead of saying,
Yeah.
yo, I'm just throwing a whole bunch of product out at you. Because I'm still trying to get the party favors off the ground. And Frank Carrick, he's not really well known at all. But if you do know him or you watch the beat battles, he's insane. So it's my honor and pleasure to be like, yo, this is somebody people are really not familiar with. That I know when they hear it, they're going to be like, yo, how do I not know about this?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that Grillchy Party Favors is about to be on volume 3, which is Whino Willy with Meltzer. But I'm working on part 4 and 5 as well right now. But that's what I'm focused on is like, yo, doing gear and all that, that's cool. And I'm going to get to it because I got to put my mind on it. But at the same time, I'm so focused over here.
The records.
And
yeah.
not just with the hip hop stuff with the Buze Bruvaz. I got this other kid, Matt, who's nasty. I don't know what that I'm going to bring to the table in like a year from now, maybe. And he's another MC we're going to bring to the table where it's like, yo, he's nasty, disgusting. Like I see, he's not at all like the Buze Brothers, but I see why Spekt would put him in this place to put something out because it's something different and ill and it's way above average too. So it's like, yo, but that's like the hip hop side. Then I got this production side I'm really, really working on hard. So I want to really get Grillchy Party Favors to where people are collecting that the same way they collected all the other records. Like, yo, I got part 5 or volume 6 is the illest, or which volume do you think is the toughest? Yo, that Whino Willy part 1 was still the best. Like, I want people to get into that. That's what I'm working on right now.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's dope. Showcasing, showcasing the producers, man. They're a very important portion of what's going on right now.
Yeah, I think it's kind of interesting that you had that perspective on it too, because when you think about rappers that have persisted, there's very few that continue through decades, but you've got so many producers that are still producing, and you've got Alchemist, you've got DJ
D.
Muggs, and not only still producing, but still in this lane producing.
Right,
amazing.
right.
The standard.
So yeah, it definitely needs to be featured.
Like the standard.
Not just because I produce beats.
Yeah, it needs to be featured, and at the same time, people have to know how to put together an instrumental album, which is something I was looking for back in probably 2013. Well, nah, because I put out Lex Boogie's joint, or Lex Boogie from the Bronx put out an album, and we built, and he put out Lex in Space as well. But it's also like that was back in like 08 or 09, I think, like 2010. I forget when he did Lex in Space, when he put that out.
It's a long time ago, about 10, 12 years ago. Yeah.
I've always been looking at producer-based albums like, yo, this is really the future of the game to me, as far as my perspective, because we're getting older, and at 50 or 45 or 46 or 43, you're not gonna want to hear lyrics and rapping all the time. When you're at a certain phase in life, you may want to just throw on an instrumental album and zone out with your own thoughts and say, yo, working on that. So I'm also doing that for us. So we have something to be like, yo, I don't really feel like hearing any rapping. I'm not invested in hearing no hip hop right now, but I still want to hear some hip hop, some rawness, and put that on. So it's about putting together an instrumental album and stitching that together perfectly as well. That's very difficult. There's millions of beat makers and stuff. There's few producers, and there's even fewer producers who know how to stitch together an instrumental album and make that cohesive from A to Z.
I think it's a dope concept, but I will say at 48, I'm still impressed with brand new rhyme schemes and the way people drop it. So I'm just saying it hasn't gone away for me yet, at least.
Oh no, I'm saying it's still not going to go away. But as we get older, people do want to diversify and be like, yo, because again, it hasn't been really showcased on the level I'm talking about, where you have a volume and series dedicated to the producers, where now, as we get older, that's why I said I'm doing for us, because I'm like, yo, I'm about to provide that space. It's not there yet. You haven't had it to where like, yo, I got a whole volume library of dope instrumental albums that hit just as hard as a hip hop album.
That's gonna be wrong.
I think there's a bonus to that as well, though, that, you know, when you have that out there, especially if it's a series that becomes well known, it gives young rappers an opportunity that maybe they don't know beat makers or whatever to practice their craft and do it over really sick beats. And, you know, it's going to inspire another generation.
That's what I mean when I say I'm doing it for us.
Absolutely.
I'm still thinking about myself 20 years ago, 25 years ago, like, yo, I would have loved, used to have the instrumental cassettes. I would have loved to have had a series that I knew was coming out that was showcasing raw producers, where it's like, yo, I can get my blade sharp and my pen sharp. Like, I loved it. You know?
Yep.
We did that.
So
on
I
Donuts.
feel that 360. Yeah.
We did Donuts. I'm forgetting the main dude that did it all. Doom.
Peanut Butter Wolf.
Doom, special herbs and spices, or whatever.
Oh yeah, Doom did that. Yeah, absolutely. That's what I'm thinking when you're saying the instrumental. That's what I thought of.
There's only three people.
There
was only three people. So when he's saying that this lane has not been explored, there was like four. But DJ Shadow, Dilla, Doom, and Madlib. That was it. Other than that
was it. That's the only people.
There was nothing.
And then Alchemist recently.
Just recently,
but not really.
Like
you know what I mean?
6 years ago.
Yeah,
my rapper's
exactly.
Best friend.
Exactly.
Best friend.
And that was kind of after
you're getting compilations and you're getting exposure to new artists as well, which is going to be dope.
But some of these rappers still don't know about these series because they weren't really fans of the culture. They just rapping. You know what I'm saying? Oh, hey, yo, check it out, Mark. I'm gonna pitch you this right here, son. I'm working on this out. Okay, check it out. You know I do skits for Big Ghost. I was on the Conway, Crime Apple, Husk Kingpin shit. I'm working on an instrumental album now. I ain't doing it. My man in London is doing it, and we doing a skit like we coming out of Colombia, like we talking to each other and shit throughout the whole. It's like a movie. So it's like, yo, we gotta get out of Bogota. Hey, yo, 3 keys, blah blah blah, and we get shot at and shit. So he want to hear that shit, but I told him don't put it out because I feel like it's too good to be put out and no one listen to it, and that's what we've been doing. Yeah, because I feel like if we put it out and no one listens to it, we just put it online and no one listens to it. Yeah, but you want to listen to it, G? Let us know. It's not quite finished, but yo, you'll probably like you'll probably zone out to it. It's really a story of us all getting shot at and going, and the beats are pretty dope as well. They official. He live in Northampton. I don't know if y'all familiar with Northampton. Yes, that's where Alan Moore, the dude that worked The Watchmen, V for
Yeah,
Vendetta,
Watchmen.
Killing Joke,
The Killing Joke.
all that
Joke,
shit,
yep.
all that shit, all those 3 graphic novels. So he's out there in that area
yeah,
where it's
you know
dark
that's
and
my
it's
shit.
rainy. There you go. So boom, that's why I think his music comes off more theatrical and not as animated. But it's like, I don't know. It's like it's different. It gives a different animated like background to it where it's kind of dark. Like I said, it's something new but familiar. And like DJ Dread, I've been rocking with him for a minute. You know what I'm saying? So we got, I forget.
You know
he had
what's
just
crazy
dropped-
too? What you named? Colombia. We got something with some Colombians coming.
Nice.
Oh, word?
Oh, word.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
International.
It's coming real soon too. I think people are gonna bug out when they hear this joint. You know what I'm saying?
Son.
They're
Word.
gonna bug out, and it's extremely soon. So it's funny you
Word.
brought that up. But yeah,
So y'all
man,
heard that first
I'm around.
over here on the Abyss
That's right.
podcast.
Exclusive.
Yo. Whoa.
You're gonna hear something crazy. Yeah,
Yeah,
dude,
so it's
but
coming. So boom.
I'm about to chef up those, get some grub together. But yo, man, this has been dope. I really appreciate y'all hollering at the kid, man, and
No doubt.
making time for me to come through and see
Good
my
shit.
man, my young boy over here. I ain't seen
What's
him in
happening,
grip,
my
so
man?
It's beautiful
You know.
too, as well. You know,
You
for
got
boys
anything
the
dope?
man.
You got anything to show us back there on the rack that you got exclusive other than the tapes? I know you got the records back there. You got some like crazy records back there that you want to share with us real quick. You got a crazy collection back there, man.
Yeah,
That shit is-
that's only, and that's what the wildest thing is. That's only a small part of it. I can't fit it all on the shelves, but I'm gonna give you one thing that I hold real close. Like,
Okay. Here we go, y'all. Squad Deadface, watch this shit.
I mean, I
12,
probably
12,
showed
yeah.
this already, but this is a signed copy of Critical Beatdown
Oh, wow.
from Seth and Keith.
That's what's up.
They
That's what's up,
signed
yo.
it eating Popeyes at my crib
that
when I
is
lived
so
off
dope.
of Ponce. You know what
Oh,
I'm saying? 'Cause
shit.
we had going to Magic City and shit. And,
Yep.
you know, they was sipping shit, whatever, and came back because I already had met said G. That was my first rhyming like gig I got paid to do, flowing to New York and giving money to be a part of his project. You know, that was
Nice.
1998. And 1999, they came to Atlanta and called me, and I scooped them up. That's when I met Kool Keith. He was at my crib, chilling, we eating Popeyes, kicking it. Like, yo, got him to sign my copy. It's crusty because it's been through, you know, wear and tear from forever, but I still had him sign it. So, but that's one thing. But I mean, I got into 36 signed by RZA, different things
Oh,
like
wow.
that. You know, it's a war. I got to put it out. I can't really show everything out, but those are two in particular. You know what I'm saying? The Source cover signed by Gangstar.
Wow. That's raw.
Yeah, man.
You gonna make my man New Face jealous, man. Know what I'm
What
saying?
you mean?
You know, New Face, he's a hip hop collector. He has a lot of shit,
yeah.
but I'm pretty sure they don't got the Source signed by Gangstar, man. Or
Yeah,
Kool Keith
man,
signed
with
the
them
joint.
on the
Yeah,
cover.
he don't.
Yeah.
He don't got that. Eat your heart out, New Face. Word.
No, it's a bunch of just signed joints. I got a bunch of shit like that, man. But I'm a time capsule. Like, even the magazines right there is that's the 90s right there. Boom.
Wow.
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That right there is the 90s. I could pull out like.
See, man, he got the fly collection.
90s so bad. It was
a fun time.
Much crazy.
90s, 2000
It's
era.
the new 90s, but ain't no magazine covers no more with the people we want on there, though.
Well, they got
Hell
that
yeah.
Street Dreams magazine. Street
Oh, yeah,
Dreams,
yeah.
they got to
I'll
keep
give
it
you
alive.
a couple of choice ones. I'll give you a few little choice ones.
Okay, here we go.
Oh, just a couple.
Okay.
Here we
The
go,
De
fellas.
Jour
Here we go.
Flavius. Ooh, yeah.
Yes.
Ooh,
Yep.
got the Pac
That was
joint.
my
The
first
first
Source
try.
issue.
You know what I'm saying? This was cataclysmic when it dropped.
Right.
Wow.
True
Yeah.
indeed, true
Left the
indeed.
row. You know what I'm saying?
Damn. Yup.
Got the
I remember
Biggie
that
joint
one.
too.
Epic. Yep.
Wow. Yep.
Got
Oh,
the Slick
nice.
Rick joint.
Behind bars.
Yes.
When he was
Yeah.
locked up.
Yup.
And
Absolutely.
then
Yup.
I always look at this year because I always say this was like one of my favorite years, if not like my favorite.
Yep. I remember that cover was at the
95,
95.
it was crazy.
Yeah, so that's a
That
couple just that I plucked early,
damn
you know,
Spekt.
and that
My
goes
man's
back
got the
now. They like 30 years, man.
Yeah,
yeah. It don't
Got
even
the
seem like
joint
it
I
was that
was
long.
in. That's
yeah, you
about to
do.
be there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
to this day, man. I mean, that's
Yeah.
that's why I'm glad you got the chance to stop by, man. Um, without going to beat a dead dog. I mean, again, man, you've done a lot of stuff, and you've been doing a lot of stuff. Like as coming up as an MC, you were a dude who I actually knew who was out here doing stuff, who was on records, who was in the source. You know what I mean? Who was, like you said, going to New York, doing shows, doing your own thing and making it fucking happen in this lifestyle, man. And it was inspiring, you know what I mean? And to see that you still doing it, I'm always going to champion you and I'm always going to support whatever the fuck you doing because you doing exactly what you said you was going to do as usual. You always
Yeah.
been standing on it and pushing it, man. And it's just dope to see. I think those magazines are validation of how deep this hip hop runs in you too, man.
Oh yeah.
This ain't no fad with us. This is like something that people are really, this is a part of our lives, and we're actually working like yourself to give back and make it better for other people like who love it like us.
Well, energy circulates. I've never stopped believing that. So that's why I'm always how I am. Is like energy always circulates around. So I keep it very positive because I know and I have seen the effects of it being negative.
Yeah.
Man. Like I'm an old man now, but I was, running around there getting busy, and I always kept good energy and kept it uplifted. You know what I'm saying? Even though it's hard because I was an MC at the time, and the hip hop culture is like, it's blood sport. But at the same time, I never took myself so seriously that I was just a straight D head. You know what I'm saying? Out here, just doing a whole bunch of nut shit. I was always like keeping it very cool, composed, and making sure that I wasn't just talking a whole bunch of yin yang. If I said it, it was real. I meant it, and that was it. So it's not hard to do that for me. It's not hard to not be a snake. You know what I'm saying? I've never been one, so it would be hard, difficult for me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Indeed.
Righteousness. I really appreciate you coming on. I appreciate you being an innovator in this independent hustle and paving the way for so many of us that are still trying to do this or coming into this. But I also appreciate you mentioning EPMD because Eric and Parrish making dollars do not get enough people talking. It was one of my favorites coming up, and when I hear a lot of people talk about 90s era hip hop, they don't get mentioned enough. So
they got to.
Yeah, but thank you.
Because they were like 80s era.
Well, yes,
really
they were. They were.
Peaked in the 90s with, but that's like 92. They brought in the 90s. They were on their second album by the time the 90s hit. I think Unfinished Business was like 89.
89, yeah.
So by the time they dropped and they were introducing like K Solo and Redman,
like exactly.
That's 91, I'm sorry. Yeah. That's a fact. All of that was like
the Headbanger. That was 92, right?
Yeah.
I think
it was 92. Yeah. That was a couple years stick out to me. 88, 92, 95.
Yeah, I agree. Agreed.
I don't have
and then 99.
Year.
I think in 99 is kind of the year. It was a tragic year for us. You know what I mean?
That was like bad.
Yeah, that was the beginning of the dark times.
It was a different chamber. Like it was. Hove started really coming up. Eminem was really shining, and it was when people was just like, "Damn, Nas' last joint wasn't good." Like, and that was when people told me that. Like, once we were like, "Yo, Nas' album wasn't really all that. The bootleg was better." I was like, "Oh, what's going on?" You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was worried about 2000, and then you had Busta. We only 4 years left type.
Right.
People
extinction level event.
Ooh, I left home in 97 to come to Atlanta, and knowing that I had that goal in mind, like, yo, going down there specified on doing this hip hop that we do in the street up top, up north. And it was such a ripe time to come down there. Like, I was in a battle for the Blaze magazine where the judges was Outkast and Big Boy, and Andre was in my ear like, yo, we never had nothing down here like this ever before. You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's raw.
was down here for that type of time where it was like this city was just starting to really sprout out the ground seeds. No way, it was just Outkast and Goody Mob. Look at it now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Wow.
like almost ground zero for the so-called hip hop. It's like this is like where everything starts, and I know you see freaking what the dude name? The dude is pushing P, and him and the dude in
Gunna.
Oh,
Gunna,
yeah.
Lil Baby, all of them.
Future, all of them. Yeah.
Future,
all
shout
down
out
here.
Future.
This-
Absolutely.
So indeed, this and drill music. Drill music is everywhere now. It's like UK and Chicago and shit. That shit is
Chicago
blows my
originated
mind,
it, but now it's become a genre in and of itself. It used to be a sound when it was from, just like trap music used to be a sound from Atlanta. That was specifically an Atlanta thing. Drill music used to be a thing that was specifically a Chicago thing. But the concepts behind what trap music is and what drill music is have spread to other places. And now you got drill music as a genre. Again, like talking about this genres of hip hop. Drill music now exists as a genre of hip hop because all it is talking about what you're doing to your opposition in the street in no creative terms whatsoever. I mean,
time
that's
is
what
the
it
one
is.
thing we can't control. So it's like
Nope.
you just have to be prepared with whatever you're doing. It doesn't matter if you're playing drums, like you said, or writing rhymes, like y'all doing, or whatever. Time is not going to stop at all, and you can't control it. You can't control when something's going to pop off. But just stay consistent with everything. You know what I'm saying? I'll leave you with those words because that's all I did. I never stopped. I just changed different things. Like I started messing with different strategies and exploring to the end with this person or this group of people doing this and knowing like when it's the end of a chapter and starting a new chapter.
Well, and you stayed true to yourself too. And that's important.
Yeah, you have to. You have to have that, just like passion we were talking about before to do this. Like you have to definitely stay true, and make sure that you're happy with what you're doing. You
Absolutely. Don't force it. Yeah, you ain't gonna make it. Absolutely, man. Hey, man. Yo, man, let this man go get his food together, man.
Yeah, sorry, we kept
it, yo.
I appreciate it. I could have stayed here and told y'all
exactly.
For hour,
but that's what we try to create here, man. We want it to be a place where people just want to come and chill and talk and share their jewels, man. Feel free, come back whenever you want. Let me know. Especially, tell the fellas too, man, if they want to come on. We'd love to have them on. I'd love to hear more about, the Philly grime style that's happening out there. I want Clever One too.
People would love to have them on.
Yeah, they elusive. They don't even do nothing.
They elusive, and that's what I love about them is they don't care about none of this type of stuff.
Nope.
But the thing is he wouldn't even get a computer, put Zoom on it. Like he's a dinosaur for real. He be calling me up watching like old westerns and stuff like that, old gangster movies. And he if it ain't sports, him low is watching like a western flick or something. Like
that's what's up. That's dope.
Black and white movies. You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
Amazing.
Salute to them, man.
Yeah, man, I appreciate that. I will try to have him. If I could go up there and have my laptop or something with me, I'll set him down and we'll link something up.
Nice.
Yeah,
up,
please.
And
shout out Whino Willy too, man.
Story. I want to hear the Cool Keith story next time too, yo. Like how was Cool Keith and shit, yo? Like
I've been out with Keith multiple times, man. I got a bunch of stories with him, man. I've been like, I was in a whip with him to go to like a club before his show, and the cat driving us got in an accident.
Oh shit.
Yeah, but he dipped on it. He was
Wait,
like,
what?
Nah, he was like, yo, I gotta get Keith to this show, and just veered out and just took off. Like,
nice.
It was crazy, but he didn't miss the show.
Real shit. Good. Yeah. That's a good driver.
Well, I appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate y'all having me. Y'all need anything, just holler.
That's what's up, man.
Shit. I need another copy of Storm Shadow.
There we go.
Episode 30. Guys.
We're gonna let Mark get off here, yo. Peace. Episode 30. We'll see y'all next week. Boom.
Peace.
Hey, everybody. Please remember, go to our Patreon. There's going to be a ton of extra content. If you're just going in as a base level subscriber, we're going to give you all of the podcasts with the extra music added into it. You're going to get music videos whenever possible. We are also going to just add extra content in there for the base level. but we will have 2 other levels. The second level is going to give you a lot of extra content. And the third level gives you the merch. So you can get that one-of-a-kind t-shirt that's only going to be available on the Patreon. But you're also going to be able to get a certified investor's mug. Yes. If you want to check it out, you can go take a look at the Patreon. It's there, as well as a dope hoodie. So subscribe, follow us, support the podcast, share this information if you can. We really appreciate you fucking with us, and we'll keep bringing you more. Peace.